Alrighty, welcome back to The Devil in Detail, the Grendel Reread Podcast. I'm Eli.
And it's me. I'm Ben. I'm the other guy. This is our 124th episode of the podcast and our final issue of Four Devils, One Hell. It's the 6th issue, the True Skull with a big hole in it. I'm going to wrap this one up, talk about what comes next. But before we do that, Eli, what have you been up to? You're going to Heroes Con. You're
Yes.
on this podcast will be represented at a panel on Heroes Con.
That's right.
Thanks for carrying the banner, Eli.
That's right, man. I'm very excited. I'm bringing a Grendel shirt to put on. If I'm not already wearing one that day, I'll throw one on just for the panel. And yeah, it's really cool. It's about podcasting. It's how to get started, how to get going. And Ben, I've been doing this for almost 15 years at this point now, 12, 13 years. But I've been at it for a minute, so I think that I've got something to say, and I'm pretty excited. Cosmic Lion is going to be in full effect at a Heroes Con. I've got 2 tables. I mean, basically 3 tables. We've got this whole side in Indy Island, which is really cool. We're part of Indy Island. I bought 2 tables, and then Adam Lemna, one of our artists, the creator of Relic Hunter, is right next to us. So we're going to be repping real hard on that side. And there's a chance now too that we'll be at San Diego Comic-Con. I've heard some news recently that we might be back at San Diego. So that's going to be really cool. The con season is jacking up. Is that a word? Jacking up? Anyway, also I got word back that they're considering me for Chronic Con, Kevin Smith's upcoming Comic-Con called Chronicon. So that would be insane to be represented there. Big Grendel fan, Kev there. Yeah, I got these Grendel Batmans from his collection. So that'd be sick. And just more and more and more comics. A big announcement if you haven't heard, Barry Tan's Stan vs. Jack, How to Feud the Marvel Way is at the printer right now here locally. I'll have it at Heroes Con. So that's going to be huge. We did a real small print run, the first print, and then we're going to do a bigger one that's going to go into previews in the coming months, which, we're in previews now starting July.
Let me ask you some Barry Tan related questions.
Sure.
Let me preface this by saying, when Barry was posting these, my hope, guess, dream, assumption was that it might come out through Cosmic Lion. So I was very, very excited at the prospect of that. And when it was confirmed, I was like really delighted.
Yeah.
1, 2. When he was posting them, it's like blasphemous scripture. It's really unbelievable. There were parts of it where I like my jaw was in my hand saying, holy shit.
Agreed.
Like, he's so his writing, the design and the art is amazing. It's Barry Tan.
Amazing. Yeah.
The writing is so good. The writing with pictures is so, you know what I mean? Like the way he designs,
yes,
the way the storytelling is designed through the layouts is very thoughtful.
It's glorious. Yeah.
Hey, very good.
And as soon as I saw it, and I was kind of like, I think I'm going to wait for press, wait till we print this, till I read it, because I was pretty confident. And, as soon as I saw it, I was like, Barry, man, if you ever want to do this, just let me know. And he was like, he was kind of like, I feel like you're my publisher, so if I am going to do it, yeah, I'm going to go through you, but I'm not sure if I want to do it yet. And then finally, when it was done, I kind of was like, hey, dude, how's everything going? And he was like, let's go. And I was like, LFG, as the kids say.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow. So an international publisher of astounding talent.
Yeah, I know, dude.
So good.
I
don't know if I've ever met the guy in Zoom. He's so good, but he had me in stitches in the comment section of those posts.
Yeah,
really great.
It's brutally honest too, and it's not like Jack Kirby bias or Stan bias. It's like really kind of throwing out just facts and well researched stuff. So super excited about that.
That's great.
Yeah, Ben, what about you, buddy? What you been up to?
Just trying to be creative in small ways.
Okay.
With my kid and family.
Yes, you
I'm
sent me a
drawing
great
more.
photo of a X-ray machine you built with your daughter, and
That's right.
you drew a cool X-ray on there.
Or X-ray, yeah. And I've been drawing a little bit, and
Great, man.
I'm trying to I want to finish my book, The Pictomancer, but I'm
And
not ready
everybody wants you
to
to do
work
that.
on it. Everyone needs to do that. That's
Everyone
it.
wants you to do that.
Enough. Well, that's what I see here. Um, yeah. Let's enough about me. Let's Grendel.
Let's Grendel.
Let's
Let's take it to the
let's
theme,
Grendel.
bruh.
Yeah, clean it up.
Two in the box, ready to go. Any fast, any slow. Yeah. Vivat Grendel. It's like the devil is my best friend. On the roads with the pen to the fork end, or till time end. Like Orion, Jupiter, my kin, bloodline private. We control the whole shit. The wolf won't beef, then we feast off the rip. Behold the devil in detail. Behold the devil in detail.
And we're back, Eli. With Chapter 6, Four Fates, One Finale.
Hey, here we
Previously,
are.
with Gloria D's help, Grendel crew leader Renute has captured private investigator Joseph Mantovani, as well as Simone Bashiac's young son, heir to the throne of the King of France. Meanwhile, Renute also holds the traitorous Calhoun prisoner. In a Mardi Gras showdown with the Black Knight of his twisted dreams, the demented Alfred Bixby has been overwhelmed by the New Orleans Grendel clan and taken to Renute, who is revealed to be not merely the Grendel's fearsome leader, but a raging vampire. I
He is a
love
rager.
a raging vampire, man. Okay, that's a pretty good that's a good recap. The
Yeah.
text also like recaps and embellishes
Yes.
those ideas.
Yeah. It's the classic final chapter. The big villain, with everyone tied up, begins to unfurl his plan for everyone's
Yeah,
information.
there is a lot of that. And remember, this character's only been around for like, is he in 3 issues or just two? It's hard to say,
Oh,
but
you mean the Khan himself
Renute,
or the Renute? Yeah, yeah. He was kind of in
Renute,
the background of a
yeah,
few too,
he
but
shows up maybe in the fourth issue. I
I
don't
think
know.
so.
Anyway,
Yeah,
he's a vampire.
yeah,
And this book asks a great question. What if the Grendel urge overtook and the vampire urge became one?
right.
What a terrible
And
thing that would be.
yeah, and then also too, like we have yet to have seen Grendel vampires, and these are like
Yeah,
a crew of
but
Grendel
that's what this is
vampires.
about. But
Yeah,
but it's not in the book.
I know.
It's
Like
only
it just
one
it's
issue,
yeah, exactly. It's
But the
so
great idea,
intense. Yeah, but
the great idea to arrive at, and my thought as I was finishing this issue is that it seems like the new book that's coming out the next, I don't know, maybe 5 to 8 weeks, Devil's Crucible. I think that one's gonna sort of fill in a lot of vampire lore gaps
oh,
and
interesting.
maybe balance some things out in a similar way that the Devil by Deed Masters edition sort of addresses
Yeah.
things that might need a little bit of air in the tire.
Yeah, there's a lot of lore to deal with here, and I didn't feel like Grendel's Odyssey, Devil's Odyssey, because he's on another planet and it's even further in the future. We didn't even get a chance to get any of the lore. It was just kind of like Prime on his own, and so hopefully now they're back on Earth and they're going to kind of get back into some of this stuff. But
No,
either way,
it seems like all the promo art is very
sick.
vampire centric.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to having the vampires really get some meaty modern Matt Wagner development.
Ooh, meaty modern Matt, the three M's,
This second panel on this first page
glorious.
is one of
Gloria's.
Gloria. This is the panel, man. Like this is
Yeah,
the one where when I think of this book, it's of this image. Of
really.
how good it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's truly amazing. Again, Teddy, destroys it on this book again. We're so excited. Hopefully we're going to get him on the cast again too. He did say he would be down. But so we start off with Gloria, and she's kind of being like, everything is kind of crazy now, but yet silent. Like, where something's missing here on these streets. I can't put my finger on it yet, but wait a second. I get it now. Where's all the Grendels? Pum, pum,
Yeah,
pum.
I don't know.
You don't know
I
what?
don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot of text, and then wow, suddenly we're here. The
Yeah.
the opening chunk of this does a great job with the color coded captions
Right. Yeah. Getting you
right
back
from the
in line
jump.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool transitions and like different people repeating the same line in different contexts. It's very, very clever. It's like it's one of James Robinson's best moves with the four narrators.
Yeah. Agreed. Sorry about the glare here for those people, but you should have your book open and reading
You should
along
have your
anyway.
books anyway.
Have your books
Sorry about
open
the
and
glare,
read.
but we are prepared for class. What do you want from me? This is Calhoun.
Yes,
Oh,
and right. And he's just like, he's like remembering a case ago. He's thinking about like something that maybe jostled his memory to know this earlier. But vampires, Grendel vampires, shit. That's
yeah, a really interesting idea.
mhm.
And I'm sure there'll be more of that in the saga. But
Yeah,
it's cool to arrive at in the sixth issue, I suppose. What I wanted to say here is that both Calhoun and Montevani, especially in the last two issues, have sort of gone off model a little bit. Like Calhoun is only recognizable here because his hat is in the back of his head.
oh yeah,
But for like, you remember they're on the fan boat, he's wearing the baseball hat and all this stuff.
oh that's
So
right,
he
yeah,
sort of changes a little bit. And Montevani here is not in a suit. He's like in a straight jacket with 5 o'clock shadow. So he's also sort of hard to recognize, or
yes,
not as he is traditionally seen for the other five issues. So
agreed. I love again, and I love seeing Teddy populate this world of Grendels too in this third panel too.
yeah,
This guy
sure.
in the corners, chowing down on a rat or something like that, and
Oh,
just
it's gross.
yeah, and just all the different characters there. It's really cool. And then so all of our players are on the playing field, and then we kind of get quickly introduced and see where they are. And we've got old what's his name here? He's in a cell, and again
Alfred
these are
Bixby.
Alfred Bixby. God damn it! Yeah.
What's the inset? It's a
It's his
distorted
mask.
of
It's
an
like
eye.
how you see the light coming here on
Oh,
his mask on the ground. That's
oh,
like,
okay, cool.
yeah. It took me a
This is a
second too, but
great
yeah.
painting.
And I feel like they keep doing that. They keep doing these kind of zoom ins where you're like, what is that? But then you see it in the context and you're like, oh, okay. Gotcha.
I know that you're gonna see so many other things that I missed. I was so
Yeah.
excited to sort of get your input on this.
Yeah, that's what's fun
So
about these
anyway,
with you, man.
so they get him out here, they bring him out, and he's enraged.
Yeah,
This
he's seething.
he lays out, he just spiels his villain stuff.
Yeah, yeah, he's kind of giving you the download here. I was a great man. I didn't want to be turned at first. I got turned and then kind of started to dig it. He's having fun. And again, the Grendel, the eyes, the logo incorporated in every piece, like these ones on the door, the one on the back of his chair. But
I like his
then,
letter in the lower right.
yeah,
You look at that. That's some good
because he
stuff.
sees, this is the first time, after all that we learned that Calhoun is the one that took his wife off of him in the poker game.
We don't.
And so he's like,
We already knew that.
well, he's like, you're the one. And so he
Yeah.
goes after him.
All right. Oh, all right. So
He's like,
yeah,
bastard,
I
I'll
know.
kill
I
you.
don't know why Calhoun has to take off his cool hat. Can't Calhoun be in his uniform? Didn't he have like a cool Grendel back patch earlier?
He did. He had a back patch. He had a Grendel back patch, the Grendel bolo tie, and the
Yeah.
top of his Grendel hat. And I think there was even something else. Yeah, he was logoed out.
You know, what I like is when they changed the tone to get Gloria up in the rafters. That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
nice.
really cool. Completely different color. And then she's got this really like kind of like Batman-y thing up there where she's like got this hunch and she's like creeping in the rafters. Eh,
This is where they did the look at the captions. This is not happening.
Yeah.
Both repeated. Now
Oh
both
yeah.
captions have emphasis on different words.
Oh yeah.
Really, this was the one
That's
that I
smart.
was
I did
so
not
impressed
notice
by.
that. This
Oh
is
man,
not happening. This is
yeah,
not happening. Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
And he's like talking more
Um,
here. Like here's the reincarnation of Hunter Rose. You know, I wanted sex, she wanted blood. So he's talking about how he just took a partner for whatever a night, didn't realize she was
I
a
just
vamp,
don't care. I
and
just don't care about this Renute character.
you don't care. He
I
didn't
don't care
earn
about
your
any nothing he has to say is it's all exposition in the last issue.
Yeah,
Like it's not
it's true.
it's but it doesn't matter because it looks so cool. It doesn't stop it from being one of my favorite comic books of all time.
Yeah, these details here too of Bixby and Alfred and there's so many characters. Calhoun like fighting in the background, just really nice. And he
Yeah.
continues, so I decided to turn everyone. Enjoying yourself, Calhoun? Yeah, like here they are, like and Alfred is like he's fighting this battle that he's wanted for so long. He looked forward to. But nope. We get back with Gloria and she's like, it took me time to get in here. Pretty basic stuff. And again, the exposition continues. In a flash of black light, an idea came to me. I would be a martyr for the cause, and that comes back later. But then he stops him, and Calhoun's trying to be like, "Look, man, we got to fight together. There's more at stake here." Renute's like, "I brought contacts from all over America, Milan, Argentina, France." And that's where Gloria's from. So maybe it was like, oh, he had someone else there. The guy that she was working with earlier, maybe he was
Oh,
helping
because
send her some art.
France is they got the Mona Lisa from the Louvre.
Oh, that's right. And eventually
That's the
he got
treasure.
all this stuff, which is cool. I was looking for like, Easter eggs in there, looking for stuff in there, but I think it's mostly just there's a guitar here. Kind of looks like maybe Prince's guitar, one of the Prince's guitars or something, maybe. But who knows whose it could have been. There's cars and planes and paintings and sculptures and a saxophone here, maybe John Coltrane's saxophone, a space suit. Look at this cross-referenced
Okay.
everything. And again, just the really amazing art here, like this panel 3 here, his nose, the definition on his arms on his
Yeah. Yeah.
cheekbones. And,
The cast shadow, like his
yeah.
hair casting a shadow on his forehead. It's so
I
good.
like that he's like, look at the skull. Do you see the resemblance with this child?
Yeah, yeah, not really.
No.
Like no, he's crazy. This is my thesis, is that the Grendel urge and the vampire urge, when they mix, it's just insanity.
Yeah. You're
Things that don't make it's like things, it's madness. It's things that don't make sense.
yeah. The brain cannot like keep uh, these
My brain cannot.
urges. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's a fan theory because.
I
All
mean,
right,
it's
so
just
what do you think
crazy.
it's like? We'll have to ask. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying again, it's just crazy to think like in your head that Robin made that hole in the skull, from Batman and Robin. I love that. And he's like, I've got all this stuff, including an iron lung. Nah, just kidding. It's a ICBM. It's an atom bomb.
Yeah, it's much easier to see when you can read the tail fin on the next page.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of really cool inset panels, like of Renute or
Mhm.
people's reactions or Montevani on their previous page.
Yeah.
All these things. The tone and the mood is so cool, but the one where he's stabbing this guy, that's the best panel.
Oh,
Oh
it's
man.
so good. Well, because
Oh
he
man,
just
that's
tells
cool.
everyone like, I'm killing everyone and I'm going to destroy the whole city. And they each have something they want in here. So they're all like, no. And then the just melee begins. Yeah, can I trust you, Calhoun? He's like, you ain't got any choice. I guarantee. And they just
I
battle.
really
Yeah.
I like this last panel of Calhoun's face because you can sort of see like the highlight being built out of paint.
On his forehead,
Yeah,
gray.
and how you can see how it's reaching, the highlight sort of reaches into the natural tone of the paint.
Mm. Yeah,
Like
it's
of the
just.
paper, right? Like the green of the paper, like sort of how
I
the
didn't even
highlight.
notice here on panel 2. You see Gloria like lowering herself down in the background too, as Alfred's like going in.
Oh yeah,
That's cool. Because I was like, how'd she get there? On the next page, where it just continues, like this spread is
the
just
best
freaking beautiful.
panel double page. It looks like Simon Bisley and Melting Pot.
It really does. Yeah. I mean, it's got that kinetic action, blood splatter, just glory, man. It's amazing. And then all these denizens, these Grendel-pires, and oh my God. He's just forking people left and right. Alfred is just throwing people back. Cursed vampires. Oh my God. And Calhoun's weapon is, it's such a tiny little thing. He's just got this little, he's got like this cane sword thing. He's like
Yeah,
sticking
very
people.
understated.
Yeah. As he
Oh,
calmly.
there's his
Yeah.
bullet.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I wish Montevani had his necktie on. He looked so great in his suit with his
In his
necktie.
full suit. And
Oh,
then, they start to fall as well as Calhoun gets basically like clawed, like a chunk taken out of his chest. He's like, I'm fine, as he like draws himself over, trying to get to the bomb to defuse it in the end.
forever the gambler.
That's right. Too many cables. Which one? Gonna have to play the odds. Leave it to chance. And then this panel is like, the inset again of the timer cut down. And then this just beautiful kind of like last gasp, you know, like so beautiful in this, like, like so sick.
Here comes Dulak, the crazy redheaded samurai.
Oh yeah.
He just there he is. He's a vampire too. Oh no, he's not even. He's on the
Oh, that's
next
not
spread.
him yet. Oh no,
Oh
because
no,
then
that is him. But then on
oh
the
yeah,
page, it's the Virgin.
that's right. Gloria
Yeah.
swipes at someone and then she finally makes it. And this is kind of where we see the reveal that she is actually not out here for the true skull. She's out here to find the greatest piece of art. I mean, the most well-known piece of art. And the virgin guy's like, Gloria, and he's a vampire too, obviously. Stay here, embrace me, become one, live with me forever.
Teddy's lettering is really great.
Yeah. Isn't there like a thing like where you can't like change a virgin into a vampire or something? What's that thing? Like, so maybe that they had sex and then he was finally like, oh, I can be a vampire now. So
Who's to me?
yeah.
These
But she just
great
cuts his
panels.
damn neck right off. But then here's Batiak, who stabs her in the chest and that spurt of blood through her teeth. Fucking awesome.
Yeah,
As just
these
everyone begins
the
to
middle one
fall.
is really expressive.
Yeah, man. And I like how it's like these are kind of level, and then that one's like popped out white,
Right,
big.
yeah, it drops the background, the white background with the
Yeah.
red, like the red smears behind her head, the red underpainting.
Yes.
Really cool. This guy is Dulac.
Oh, Dulac. Who did I say? Batiak. That's something else. Oh
Homer.
no, those were the
Those are
initial case that
yeah.
brought him. Yeah,
That's yeah.
and she kind of
Because right for
scrambles. Yes, this
yeah,
woman's
so
beautiful
as long as she
smile.
can die looking at the beautiful painting, she'll die happy.
And then we flash back over here
Which is very
as he's
different from the Grendel that we know. Like Susan Verrigan would be like, "Oh, I just want to die in combat."
right.
She
Yeah,
gets
she
to
was
die in
kind of
combat while looking at the treasure of her career.
yeah, she was kind of in the like Grendel like art core. She was like
Yeah.
like Stars and Stripes or something like that. She wasn't in it for
I think
the
what it is
battle.
that what she and Calhoun especially emphasize is that the solo Grendel ethos evolved in such a way It accommodates whatever you're interested in.
Got
So
it.
so that you could dominate your world, like he could dominate the gambling world, the art collecting
Right.
world, or
In his name, I disappear, or in the name of this gambling god of Grendel. And so Alfred finally gets to the true skull. He picks it up as if to say, "To be or not to be? That is the question. The relic, my king. Give me the boy." And there's like, it's all happening. And then he kind of like starts going toward him, and a vampire grabs him from behind, and like he's still moving forward. And so he topples over. Again, so much expressiveness. Like these eyes, these are like, in Steve Zissou, where they zoom in, he's like, "Steve, you got crazy eye." And you look, he's like, he's got the crazy eye.
So
Amazing. So then we turn again here. And so he falls and he throws the true skull, and it smashes into his face and into a bunch of these shards that we see later on. The blue guy, he has the like vial of shards, and in the stuff that we did earlier, they have these like vials of shards and stuff like that. So maybe, yeah. And
great.
so the true skull has basically been destroyed, and now we're on to just like the final battle of Renute and Joseph Monteviani. And they battle, and so here comes his what is it called? Deus ex machina, his metal hand, as he jams it into his chest. And as he speaks this pun, I took his advice to heart, and pulls out the heart, still beating, literally. And he's like, and falls over.
I guess it's supposed to be the pulpiest, most hard-boiled vibe imaginable. It's successful.
Yeah, man. And then he just fucking walks out of this bloodbath, kind of,
Oh, I have a question. Is the camera in the same position as it was the last time we saw this?
I'm confused as well, because some things like
I wonder.
changed. Some things changed, like sides. So I was led to believe that maybe it was the opposite side. Yeah. It's from the other side. It must be, because everything's flipped.
Oh, that's cool. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then
Mhm.
he's killed all the vampires, and then this is Montevani. It comes together very, very nicely.
Yeah.
For
It's
all
kind of
that
like a few weeks later kind of thing here.
Yeah, yeah. My favorite thing about this is that very, very or maybe it might be on the next page, but he expresses skepticism over the the truthfulness of the whole reincarnation of Hunter Rose thing. And I said, well, if he doesn't believe it, then it actually makes more
And
sense.
neither do I. I like that, he's like, there's no more Grendels in town, but that doesn't mean there's no crime and no partying. Nolan's gonna Nolan. And Calhoun asked him.
Teddy's ability to draw the city in the background with just the different colored lights is like spectacular.
Yeah, it's glorious. Again. And so he spreads his ashes off the side of a riverboat. No one cared. No one came to, no one cared except for the children that he helped. The woman devil, no one knew who he was.
Except the people that he helped. Okay, well, they cared.
Okay, so why aren't they there? Yeah, so that's a whole group of kids.
That's a whole bunch of people.
And this is kind of funny. Like, Alfred takes the kid, and they go back to the woods. They go back to the jungle. This is a thread that would be awesome to pick up for like a new Grendel Tales. Like, where's this kid? Is he the Hunter Rose's thing? Like, does he grow up? Like,
a good 8-pager at least.
Yeah, dude.
It says that Gloria was no one knew who she was. She was lost like a piece of art. No one knows where she came from or what she wanted.
You couldn't even discover her name. Yep.
Chillin'.
Back to work. Back to his hard-boiled life. Cigarettes and beer, and cheap stuff, although he did get himself some spoils.
Yeah,
The
he earned it.
Mona Lisa.
Is he? Does he have a fistful of cigars? Is that what's happening?
Huh, yeah, maybe. That's interesting.
All right, very
Okay.
cool. It's very cool that Teddy Kristiansen paints the Mona Lisa like 6 times in this book, and it looks different and more wonderful each time
Yeah.
than the last.
This is kind of cool, like this first Diana write up here. Just talking about how the book's been a little late. It's going to push everything back. Because Teddy had a baby. Teddy and Hope had a baby. Daddy's little girl makes the scene. So that's cool. That makes total sense. Well, no big deal, Teddy. We'll have to inquire. She's probably so much older now. And she talks about last November she was up in Toronto hanging out with Joe Matt and Seth.
It also says that Joe has Batman pages, color Batman pages for sale.
Damn.
And if you know Joe, they're not cheap.
Well, and it also says he paid. He paid for coffee and stuff. That's cool.
He earned it. Yeah, Joe really he earned his ability to charge whatever he wanted.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Oh
It's
God.
really cool. And then they announce Ancient Brain Parts, the newsletter
Oh
that
yeah, yeah.
you can sign up for. They're on archive.org. I'm pretty sure you can read those there. I scored some from someone online. Maybe one day we'll flip through them.
Are they zines? Or
They're
is it
kind of
the
like
newsletter?
did you ever get like the fish thing or the Grateful Dead almanac, where it was just like maybe
Let's say
like
the answer is no. The answer
oh
is
okay.
no. Was
It's
it like
basically like maybe like
unglued? It was like a pamphlet that would like
yeah, that was like folded. It was like maybe 11 by 17 that was folded twice. And
oh,
you
all right.
opened it and then you opened it up and there's something in the middle kind of thing.
That sounds pretty cool. I wasn't aware of
Yeah.
that. Can I ask you some more general questions about God? What's this? Four Devils, One Hell?
Sure.
I want to say again, one of the finest comic books ever made.
Agreed.
I can't believe how much obvious effort went into making this project. It's like every there is visual like eye candy,
Oh my God, yeah.
eye protein in every panel. And
Absolutely agree.
I haven't said eye protein in a while. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I wish that some of the pacing of the story I just wish it was paced differently, or maybe it was three devils. There's like there's a lot of characters in the story, and it feels like none of them really get the there's no memorable character in the way that like there's no Susan Varigan character.
Right. Yeah.
There's
While the uniforms and the, art design of each character is memorable, we
oh
don't
yeah.
get as much as we need. Yeah, for everyone.
So I think that's that uh I only harp on that. I only feel entitled to harp on that because of how much I obviously love this book.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, and the different the ways and how different each Grendel Tales looks and feels, and we started a little bit out of order, but because we were covering Susan stuff, starting with the Dave Cooper one, it was so awesome. Like that one was absolutely glorious as well. This is absolutely glorious in another way, and we're about to get in here to Devil's Hammer, which it has just such a completely different feel. It's brutal and dark, but also has really cool Grendel designs and creators. And it's an intensely personal story, one that is complex and thought provoking, and consequently very appropriate to the spirit of the Grendel series as a whole. It is the story of Petrus Christius, the lone survivor of a town that's been gruesomely massacred by a roving band of Grendels. In order to enact revenge for his slain townspeople, Petrus adopts the mantle of Grendel, but at what price? So yeah, it is kind of like kind of like religious Christianity based. I didn't realize this too. The 3-issue story arc is painted in cell animation style by the award-nominated War Child color team of Bernie Moreau and Catherine Delaney. And the results of their collaboration with Robert Walton can be seen on this page. I didn't realize Bernie colored it. Bernie and Catherine.
Oh.
That's cool.
Bernie colors a couple more Grendel tales. He also colors the one, I think, with Steve Lieber.
Steve Lieber. Which one's
That's
that?
That's the pregnant vampire, I think. That's the pregnant male vampire. Something like that. It's not
I forget
we'll
that
get
one.
there. We'll get there.
All right, awesome. Another classic Grendel tale told.
Oh, wow.
And until next time, Ben, Vivat Grendel.
And you just keep on Grendel.